Public speaking. For this English class, every one of you has to take a 5 minute speech starting next week. This speech will count for 50% of your class particular participating score. Thus, do these words bring feelings of dread and apprehension to your mind? Would you consider making a speech in English an absolute nightmare? Believe it or not, everyone gets nervous when having to speak in public. I bet if you ask your English teachers if they get nervous when having to make a speech, 90% of them, if they are really honest with you, would say yes. Another word for nervousness is stage fright. Stage fright is the fear of speaking or performing in the front of people, and some of the most common symptoms may be sweaty palms, dry throat, and butterflies in your stomach. But if you learn a few tips about how to make speech, perhaps you won't feel so nervous when having to stand and speak in front of people. First of all, there are three basic parts of speech. First, introduction. Second, body. Third, conclusion. If you were to make a 3 minute speech, how many minutes would you spare on each of the parts listed above? The problem is that most students would spend most of their time on the introduction, then briefly mention some main points for the body, and end with a long, wide, rambling conclusion. Here's what I would suggest. The introduction and conclusion should take about 20% of your total time, thus giving a majority of your speak time to the body of your speech. The body should give the main point of your speech, including lots of details. For example, if you were to talk about your mom, you might want to describe her appearance, her personality, and her general background. When describe her appearance, instead of making general statements such as she's beautiful, she's not fat, you can actually give the specific details about her appearance. If I were to describe mom's appearance, I would say my mom stands barely 5 feet tall, weighing mere 55 kilos. She has one of the most trim and fit figures of any woman over 70 that I know of. The reason why she has so successfully maintained her beautiful figures is because she works for over 30 minutes details and goes ballroom dancing at least 3 times a week. Oh, she also babysits three very active grands grandsons twice a week, chasing after them and making sure they don't get in trouble definitively have helped her keep her weight down. With these three sentences, you can get a better idea of my own mom and the way she looks. Now, to help you better understand these three parts, look at the outline below. Introduction 1. Begin with an attention-getting statement. Choose one. Question B. Quotations. C. Short story. D. Starting statistics. E. Personal background or experience. 2. Introduce your topic. 3. State your main point. Body. 1. You have no more than 5 main points. 2. Include lots of interesting detail. 3. Give relevant facts, examples, stories, and information. Conclusion 1. Review your main point. 2. Do not offer any new information. 3. Close with a memorable character, perhaps a slogan. Finally, here are some do's and don'ts to keep in mind. Do's: smile, use gesture, look at your audience, use an outline. Practice: don'ts: slog, mumble, stare out the windows or at the cycle. Rainbow said that's all. Oh, I can't see all words. Last perhaps.